Hello and welcome back to Factorio Space Exploration and Krastorio 2. So, we talked about making a timer for this last time. So, we need a decider combinator. We actually need two, I think. And then we need a constant combinator. I'm not exactly sure how I want to implement this, but I think I want to do it like this. You're gonna output input count, right? And then whenever this is more than something, you want to output a green signal, right? I'm pretty sure. Then we connect that there. And then we're gonna launch when green signal is going, right? So first we connect this, and that's gonna give us our input thing. Then we connect this. What did I do wrong now? Oh, right. We can do this. So then we cycle up to 60 ticks, which should be 1 second, right? So what I want to do is we have 60 ticks per second, which means we have 3,600 ticks per minute, which means that this is going to go up to 108,000 and then reset. And if I want this to be displayed when, let's say there's 30 seconds. So 60 is 1 second. So that's 1,800. So that should be 106,200. It will output a green signal for 30 seconds. Try to launch the rocket, and if it doesn't, it's gonna wait a while, right? So this is gonna try launching every 30 minutes, like this. Kinda cool. So, now that we have solved that, we have a couple of other things that we need to work on. One of them is getting more space. Another one is this. This here is way too slow. I think I'm gonna cheat. I think we're doing this. I want to see how much this is in practice. Right now we're making 16.2 per second, right? So this is 975 per minute, which is gonna be almost 4 iron ingots per minute. And this now then goes up to 5k. Oh no. That's a very big surplus. Well, let's see if we can add a couple more speed modules in this. If we have them, I think we do. Let's get 250 in here. There's not much in the logistics storage. Right. Okay, let's do that. Let's do... Well, let's do that. Honestly, it's not a big problem to have a little bit of a stockpile there. And this is still going to output 13 of these per minute. If we had this, which we don't. Okay. That's a lot on the way. So I feel like that's probably solved for now. Let's get a couple of these here. Let's do that. Just out of curiosity. Can I do this? Because if I can, I'm just gonna do that. We'll see. We will see in just 1 second. Are you bringing this to me, or? Okay. Oh, you don't have your thing. You are able to do 50 per second. You're doing 40 per second. Okay. There's no need for this. There's no need for that. Well, let's just do this. That other thing is a little bit too annoying to deal with. I'll be honest. To be honest, we don't need that many ingots anymore, since we're sending them continuously. I was thinking about something. How are we doing on Ogun anyway? We are limited by this. And you're limited by explosives that we don't have. And this here is working as hard as it can. Well, not exactly. Let's do that. And see if we can game the system into working slightly faster. So this is 2 per second, basically. Or 114 per minute, which is not enough, apparently. Let's see how much this is. Not a huge improvement, I'll be honest. Not a huge improvement. Okay. Let's do that then. This is gonna go straight into capsules, which is nice. Let's see how many we make. We made like 3 per minute. So we're gonna maybe make 4. So 4 per minute. It's still a lot better than we had before. With this... Hopefully we'll be able to make enough of these. I don't know what we're sending a lot of. Maybe explosives. But okay, it looks like it's stacking up a bit. Well, this is gonna fix itself, hopefully. Which is great. Okay. That's all well and good. This is doing pretty well also. I'm wondering if we can do anything to modules to make it faster. Is that a sulfur problem or what is this? Is this a crafting speed problem? No, it's actually a normal productivity module problem. Which is here, which is a green circuit problem. Which is a problem here. Let's make sure this gets an upgrade too. Probably want to do this. And that. There we go. And copper is gonna be hard pressed now, I think. Or maybe not. Okay, let's do a little bit of an upgrade here. We can also upgrade this part of the belt, probably. See if we can fill this out so that we have enough coming down this way. Okay, this is gonna be a copper problem. Unfortunately. We're now up at 45k. This is struggling with rocket control units. And it is struggling because of red circuits, I am pretty sure. And this is now completely full. Oof, did I just kill copper somehow? Holy moly. So we need more copper right now. I wish we could fill this up just a tiny bit more. Oh, right. I made a mistake here that I haven't spotted for ages. Man, that's so unfortunate. Because this dirty water is not being cleaned fast enough. So this belt is not going to be full. Enriched. So we're stuck making like 1500, 1400 enriched copper. And I think it's because of this pipe here. Okay. Let's see if this fixes itself. Okay. Well, 1800. Kinda instantly. Up from 1500. It is going down again though. Why? Well, there is a stockpile of enriched copper here. These are not working yet. Oh, we are kind of going up there again. This looks a bit too up and down for my taste. Looks a little bit too up and down. But this should result in this belt being completely full all the time. Unfortunately, all the copper consumption over here also increased. So this one poor copper belt is kind of bothering me. It's stacking up, but it's slow. I don't think those modules will help a lot. We could make express belt. We do have the technology for that. And then we could make more enriched copper, and then we could make this belt. We could make more of this belt. That would help. That would definitely help. Let's go up here. Do blue belt, blue underground, blue splitter. We kinda need lubricant. Do we have lubricant up here somewhere? Not really. Do we have lubricant somewhere reasonably close? Probably not. Empty lubricant barrel. Request. Send this to logistics system. 10 of those. Boom. We'll do that. We'll upgrade this. We'll put modules in here. This should be arriving soon. Neither of these things particularly expensive, right? But it's gonna be a while before we stack up the blue stuff. How are we doing on power? Yeah, we're absolutely fine. Because this amount here is not enough. The problem is big electric motor. The problem is big electric motor. Can we put that there? It's not really gonna make a huge difference because of this. Okay, that's already 27. Oh, wow, this doesn't require the blue belt. Interesting. That's very interesting. So steel gear wheels, which I think, but I don't know where we have that. We have that here. We just don't have that many of these. Could we do productivity on this? 2.5 per second. I mean, to be honest, productivity probably doesn't matter. What if we just do speed? Gotta go fast. And then we also gotta go a lot faster here. It's not like we're lacking steel right now anyway. Okay, we are just being real slow at this. Okay, good. So that's now entering. We should be able to make 5.5 per second, which is gonna stack up. And we'll be able to do more belt. We do have a lot of these, so that should be fine. It's just gonna, you know, it's just gonna take a little bit of time for that to stack up. Okay, that's fine. So meanwhile, we don't have many of those either. Oof. That's unfortunate. We don't have a roboport, I think. Okay, we do. Wow, that landed really unfortunately. We just don't have construction robots right now. We don't need to destroy that, that's fine. We'll be completely fine with that. It's the same here. We'd be really benefited by having productivity in this. We do have a surplus of that as well. Not that we care too much about the stone. Okay, we are about to have enough of this. How are we doing on rocket control units? Not well, not well. This is kind of stacking up though. So there's that. Okay, how are we doing with blue things? Kind of doing okay. Okay, so blue belt. Blue belt is 45 items per second. Let's calculate with my phone. 45 times 60 is 2.7k. Which is not gonna be enough to saturate this. And this is not enough. Let's get that going. Can we clean up some of the forested stuff around here, maybe? Because I feel like that's really in the way. And we'll do that. And how much are we eating in terms of copper here? Yeah, okay, so... this should already be eating almost as much. This should already be eating a full copper belt. This should be... We might need to drag another one of those here to satisfy this. We'll solve that when we get to it. Why are you struggling now? You are struggling because of dirty water again. Huh. Was that really the problem? Really? Whatever, dude. I made so many mistakes with this build. Holy crap. Okay, so you guys are kinda struggling. To do this instead. And you can now make 2.9k. So that should be enough to saturate a blue belt. And you guys are just being real slow with the modules and everything. I don't really want to drag another belt right now because we just don't have enough red belt, I think. No, definitely not. This is now 50. And that's going to be stacking up, so that's going to be fine as well. That will indeed be fine. This is now also kind of done. We'll be able to consume way more than the dirty water that we have. That's going to make a decent amount of extra copper. Hello? What the hell did I do to this build? Did I remove that when I was fiddling with this just now? Or has that been a problem the whole freaking time? No wonder this was not working properly. I don't know, dude. Okay, let's see. So we do have a little bit of blue belt. We'll be upgrading this. That. This, and then all the way down. Here. Yeah, sure. Sounds great to me. I have a sneaking suspicion that we're not going to have enough copper to do anything with this, realistically. Still have 50 belt that we need to sort out. And then we obviously need to sort this out as well. we do that. And then drag this here and jump. And I think this belt will just go straight in here. And I think we do this. We'll do that. I don't care that it's not going in there, you know? I don't think that's relevant. Probably. Let's make a little bit of red belt so we can construct this with our bots. So why not? Can make another 25. Because then green circuits will have their own copper supply. Steel is being quickly consumed right now. Not even sure we are. We're barely refilling the amount of steel that we use. Okay, 135 red belt to finish this. This is looking a little bit more saturated now. Still missing a little bit of modules, but let's do this. Copper plate going up to 2.2k. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, probably keep making these. I don't care. Okay, that was quickly replaced. $54 red belts is what we're missing right now. How much can this build consume right now? 1400. We need to do that. And we also need to do that. So this should be able to send 900 each side. That's going to be a lot of green circuits, and we're almost out of green circuits right now. Okay, so that's now done. And this is struggling. This is struggling. Why? Okay, and we ran into the problem we talked about, where this is just not enough copper. So ideally, we run another copper line here. And I'm gonna wait until that's actually here. I managed to hit the correct one. So this now should be enough. We have a little bit of a copper stockpile here, so for now we are okay. And green circuits are back to doing a lot. A lot of stuff. I think electronic components will be struggling now as well. So we might need to upgrade that. This should have sent the green signal, it probably did. But since we don't have enough of the cargo pod things, that didn't do anything. And yeah, you can consume some still. Okay, how are we doing up here? Yeah, we're getting half a belt. Okay. Are we starting to deplete? Not really. We'll see once this starts going. We'll see once this starts going. Okay, you're about to finish stacking up red circuits, which is great. This here ain't saturated either. And that goes to low density structures. Oh, that's stacking up. Okay, that's working kind of like intended. Great. And then we have the other copper belt coming in here. We're not making that with 50 motors. We don't have those. We have one. We literally have one. And that's going to be used. Okay. I mean, green circuits are getting stacked up. I will have something good planned for this later. But not now. Okay. How are we doing here? This is genuinely getting emptied out now. So copper mining is due for an upgrade. Which is great, because we need to design a new mining setup with modules. We need to design a new mining setup with modules. Okay, we can go and put this in here. Let's go take a look at improving the mining. So this here will run out. Bold statement. But I think we do this. Cool. Okay. Let's drop the copper ore in here. This is depleted very, very quickly. Let's get big mining drill out. I think this is the distance. Yeah, that's definitely the distance. So this is the distance that we want to cover. We also want to cover with this. I think this probably covers it. This is 1, this is 2. No, I don't think that's gonna cover it. Well, it looks like it will. I don't know. Let's wait for this to get placed. Wait, did I not make the big drills? I did. We just don't have the motors to get them. Well, luckily I have a couple of motors in my inventory. So we can get a couple of the drills at least. I should have checked that we had these before going. We need 8 big motors to get that done. Trash unrequested. We're definitely sending that. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, we still have a decent chunk of things here. That's gonna cover that. I think we can do that, probably. But I think we'll have to use red belt here, yeah? like so. Then let's get rid of that. Probably change this to red belt now. Red, red, and red, and red. This probably also to 50 red. Because why not? Yeah, okay, so this does cover it. Perfect. Okay, cool. And this is going to be 5 modules instead of 3, I think we had on these. Yeah. So that's 42% productivity, and this is going to be a bit more. Let's see. This is about halfway. Let's get that going. Unfortunate bot death. How many? We need 1 more of that. So how are we doing? This is done now. But red circuits will probably be consumed heavily for a while. We have a backlog. We have such a huge backlog of red circuits not being made. And the green circuits are being completely eaten by that. If we do this, probably not going to be good for our health, but it will be useful. And this is not enough copper. I can tell you that right now. Okay, let's get that going. Let's take a look at green circuits here again. We are lacking red belt because I have red belt a lot. Okay. Let's go back actually. Make sure that gets completed. And here we go. That red belt is done. Can we do this? Maybe that. Okay, so green circuits, they are way down here now, which is amazing. Which means we finally have these motors that we've been craving for a very long time. With red circuits still fully saturated here. Which is absolutely amazing. We're still having a small surplus of green circuits though, which is fairly important. Okay. We did get the last mining drill down here. So let's go take a look at that. Okay, it's not constructed yet, but it's about to be. This is 500 per minute. We're not going to be able to do that, but it's fine. So the question is, and I think this here will be fine. We just do this, really. And we're gonna have to connect those manually. I really wish we'll find a better solution for this later, but this is what we have to work with right now. So these modules will be coming. We are really eating that copper right now. But this is about 1k. It pollutes like absolutely fucking crazy though. It's 197. With a good 60% productivity though. So these will definitely last for a while. They are power hungry, but we do have the power. Okay, so how are we doing with the motors? Kinda okay. Not really. Okay, I think I'm getting the motors though. Yeah, I am. Interesting. You know what? I'll be cheating a little bit here. I'll be taking from the, this. If we have any. No. There we go. We don't have any processing units. Oof. Okay. We'll probably have some, like right here. Oh. Put those in. Put the motors in. And then we'll be going with that. Okay. Speaking of things that need serious improving, this here ain't cutting it anymore. We'll do that. We'll do this. We'll do this. Okay, we can do that probably as well. Which means we'll have a little bit of processing units. And our sulfur is completely dead again. It's a petroleum issue. We are genuinely running out of oil here. But for now, it's just a processing speed kind of thing. Okay, yeah, we ran out of copper. And yes, this pollutes like crazy. I'm assuming we'll see more attacks coming this way soon. That's gonna burn down this tiny piece of forest, probably. We're probably getting fairly low on wood anyway. There is a lot of wood here. Let's take advantage of that. And actually get that deconstructed. That's fine. It's gonna make pollution worse, but it's gonna make other things way better. Okay, great. That's done. Red circuits, struggling. Circuit components, struggling. Struggling less. Copper is still way fine since we have this stockpile. Okay, it's getting up there again. Cool. So we've made a bunch of improvements to our infrastructure. And the base is gonna run a lot smoother. We did stack up on the capsules, we did stack up on explosives, which is really great. How are we doing here? Interestingly enough, it looks like we're struggling on this. Let's go to orbit. Okay, we did fill up that a little bit. Right, we also did get this here. Which we need to make in space, by the way. So if we plan to make, like... Let's say we plan to make... let's say we want to make 10 of these. Probably pretty reasonable amount. We need 100 of these. So let's get that going, because we're gonna need to send that with a shuttle. Because that's gonna help our research quite significantly. This would also help our research. So vulcanite blocks I don't particularly care about. We have a lot. And we have 4.7k. Let's get this going. Let's get that going. It's 8% productivity. And this right now has 18, which is 3 times 6. So 3 times 8 would be 24 instead. So we're going to go up to almost 50% productivity if we do that. I think it's definitely worth going for. So I think that's going to be what we do next time. We're going to make sure that we have science in space that makes sense. We're probably going to send beacons. And we're probably going to send speed modules as well. Let's take 40 of those. That's going to be a couple of beacons, actually. So now we just need to wait for 100 of these advanced labs. And we can craft all that good stuff in space. And make sure that we have 10 well-functioning labs in space with good productivity and all of that. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. We did get decently on the way. Can now make 2k copper per second. I think we're okay for what we're consuming right now. Wow, these attacks are getting spicy. Pretty sure this is gonna get killed by artillery eventually. But yeah. Anyway, if you like this content, consider subscribing to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching and have a really, really nice day.